What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and in this video we're going to continue our Civil War coverage in Marvel Heroes. Now this has actually been out for a few days, but you still have plenty of time left. Starting I believe on Friday, the second part or the second week of the Civil War coverage in Marvel Heroes began. This is a multi-week event to commemorate the movie. And so far it's been epic, but it got a whole lot better. We already got a free Captain America, and we were kind of waiting for this experience boost to fully kick in. And that's only part of what's going on. Now when you log in, you're going to see the broadcast that part 2 did begin on Friday the 13th. And you have to choose your side. All playable heroes gain 50% more XP, and all the playable heroes that star in the movie will be granted 100% bonus experience. A perfect time to level any of these heroes. But as for us choosing sides, we are of course going to go with Captain America. And we're going to be using this special opportunity to play with and to level Captain America. Now before this happened, they of course gave you a free character, Cap or Iron Man, a free chest, some bonus XP, Crossbones showed up, and there was even a special pursuit event. But this week pretty much kicked it into overdrive. You're going to choose a side, then fight for them, and you'll gain rewards based on who wins. There's going to be influence to gain, a new vendor, Dagger. There will be a weekly quest, targets to go after. Just on and on, tons of stuff to do. You also get a really cool Captain America artifact that places a shield underneath your hero. We of course had to use that with our Cap. And by the way, we are in his hideout, and this is Dagger at rank neutral. And at first she just has a few things to sell, a disturbance intel report, and a few buff items that you'll buy with Seal of Conflicts. You'll get these while you play by randomly taking down enemies, and especially by defeating bosses. My favorite of the two is the Adamantium Plating Guide, which says when red gains +1 fighting and +75 deflect rating, but it is only a 5-minute buff. Now as far as what to do in this hideout, there is going to be a quest, and it kind of gets you started on your way. So we'll go up here, and we'll speak to, I believe, Agent 13. I ended up doing another sweep of the room, but basically you can go up there. And what you're going to see is Civil War No-Fly Zone. Glad you could join us, Captain America. I know it wasn't an easy decision. Cap felt it was best to pick a nondescript location, so pardon the dust. I'm going to give you this Torn Up Registration Act. Using this item will allow you to gain further influence as a member of your side. As you gain more influence, you'll be granted access to useful gear from Dagger. I wish we could talk more, but we have important matters to tend to. Alright, so that's one of the first mentions of influence, and you're going to gain it pretty regularly. But it comes in all sorts of different rarities. So far, unique is the most I've gotten, so that's probably the highest. Ultimately, a shield agent's going to show up and they'll offer you transport to your next spot. We're taking Sam Wilson as Captain America as our team up, by the way. So we have a shield underneath us, Cap's got a shield, and Sam has one. Talk about representing Team Cap. Now the scene you're going to see next is the airport battle, so this is absolutely incredible. And you get to kind of play it out. So help take down first War Machine, then Iron Man and Black Panther. Well, reverse the order of the last two, but you get the idea. I've heard great things about this scene. Of course we've seen the trailer, but I haven't seen the movie yet. I am going to see it today. So after today, I can do my review on it, and we'll talk about that more later this week. Our Civil War coverage is not over. We're also going to have a Marvel Ventures Alliance 2 video on it, once again later this week. We managed to get Winter Soldier, and we've been having more fun in that game. So my opinion on it has gotten better. But like I said, we'll talk about that more later this week. As for Marvel Heroes, I believe you can do this event multiple times. Just like Crossbones Pursuit, I'm pretty confident it shows up. So that's pretty awesome, and you can bring in other characters as well. I'm a fairly low level Cap, so we didn't have too many abilities, but it still was a fun fight. And one that you can easily manage, because it's going to give you a level range. So that's just another great thing about Marvel Heroes, they don't exclude anyone. You could have a low level character or a high level character, and you still get to experience this fight. And by the way, if you happen to have any of the characters in the Captain America Civil War movie, this bonus XP is incredible. Now the longer you've been playing and the more level 60s or boosts that you have, yes, you're going to have a really fast leveling experience. But this event alone is so incredible. It's a great time for a new player to start, or for an old player to buy new characters. You have quite a list to choose from. If you don't have Cap or Iron Man, you could have gotten them for free. Like I said, we got Cap, and in one day of this event, we got him to level 60. Now you can do that without the event, but it was so fast. Honestly, it took very little effort. In fact, what I ended up doing was, we still needed Vision and Black Panther, and it was a really tough decision. But I decided to go with Vision, and get him to level 60 during this event as well. So we still have him to level, and plenty more influence and items to get anyways. But it's just a really fun time in the game, and I wish there were movie events more often. But in all honesty, Marvel Heroes rotates in events all the time, so there's always something to do. As for the famous airport fight, we've almost finished it. I'm pretty amateur with Captain America right now, but it was definitely more fun than difficult. And as one of these achievements are going to tell you, the battle has just been joined. This is only the beginning. And luckily we didn't exit quite yet, because there is going to be a chest up here. So we'll see what we get. Okay, I believe there was a Seal of Conflict, and there's a few epics that we can use. My inventory management is absolutely terrible right now, but that's something we'll have to fix later. For now, let's warp ahead until we're back at Cap's hideout. Alright, we have better gear, we have some more influence, and we gained a couple levels. But honestly, there's a lot more to do. Next, we're supposed to talk to Jessica Jones. And she's going to give you a Civil War weekly strike. Now this one's going to take you a little while, and you'll be building up influence levels, getting items, and so on along your way. So it's really not a problem. But what they want me to do is complete 20 legendary quests and defeat 50 supervillains. There are a lot of places to find supervillains, but one of the best is Midtown. You're going to get multiple boss waves every few minutes. As soon as we came in, there was already one going on to fight the Frightful Four. So we'll get 4 out of the way right now. Once again, we don't have many abilities right now on our bar. And to be honest with you, early on, I usually choose pretty much whatever. I mean, I'll go for cool sounding ones, don't get me wrong. But after you start getting higher level, you can try to get more intricate with your build. If you're having problems, there's even many amazing builds already online. And these are put together by some really pro players. I'm talking people who test the builds, find out what does the absolute most damage, and they know a lot more about that than I do. Now one thing you'll notice after we defeat these bosses, besides getting a bunch of XP and gear, we find some anti-registration faction reputation tokens. So that's going to help out our influence quite a bit. And I for one was very excited to see what Dagger had to offer. But there is one more thing I do want to show you before we head back to the hideout. Just as we read when we first saw the event, they said Crossbones would randomly show up, and we can see him as a red icon on the map. So we're going to go ahead and confront him in Midtown, and it looks like he's just right up here. By the way, if you haven't played this game, when you come into a place like this, there will often be other heroes, and they'll be fighting the same enemies. So it's pretty awesome. You don't actually need to have friends in this game. It's nice to have them, but they will match you up with other players, and you'll get that multiplayer experience. Speaking of multiple things, I guess we're going to take down Man-Ape too while we're at it. Then after me and these other heroes and their team-ups take down Man-Ape, we'll go back to the hideout and wrap this one up. Obviously, the more you have fighting a boss, the faster they go down. If it was just us, it would take a lot longer. So it's definitely nice to have help. Along those lines, if there's anyone who plays this game and would like to start maybe a guild together, that's something someone brought up to me, and I think it would be a really awesome idea. But it all depends on the amount of interest we get. So if there's enough of us, then I may start my own guild, and then we can all play together. So if you are possibly interested, let me know in the comment section below. As for this video, that's going to be it, but definitely check out the event if you haven't. It's incredible right now. And as of last check, the anti-registration team buried the pro-registration side, which is pretty fantastic in my opinion. So yeah, come in, join us, And like I said, let me know if you want to start a guild in the comment section below. Lastly, I just want to thank you all for watching, ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. Then until next time, good luck, and take care.